Hey, it's nice to be back with you again. I really want to thank you for inviting me in today, and well, I'm glad you're here with me. We got the canvas turned horizontal again, and we've got a very thin layer of titanium white on the canvas. I got some linseed oil on there that I used to thin it out so it's all wet. We're working very small today because we've got kind of a detailed picture. The size depends on, what kind of detail we're going to put into a picture. A lot of times when you're painting very large, you want to paint things that are simple and, vice versa. Okay, let's go ahead and start with our sky as we always do. And you know what I'd like to do? You know what I like to do? I like to start with a little bit of my ultramarine here. All the names of the colors are going to be going across the screen as we're doing this. And you know what? I'm just going to take my 2-inch brush. I'm using a 2-inch brush with natural hairs. I like to use this natural hair brush because the bristles, they don't streak as much as they do when you use a synthetic brush. That's really the only reason. It looks a lot better, but you can do good work with synthetic brushes. Okay, let's just go in here and do some X strokes. Now we're gonna paint ourselves a nice little autumn scene, a nice little harvest scene. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go on the other side here. There. Now these corners here, you want to start with a very dark, dark blue, because the top of the sky is always going to be a little bit darker than the sky near here, near the horizon line. Horizon line is off in the distance there. Okay, there it is. There it is. All right. Okay. And you know what? If we want to add a little bit more, we can. If you want to go ahead and add a little bit more dark color to those edges, go right ahead. Just crisscross stroke, crisscross stroke. I don't even know that we're really going to add any clouds today. I don't know that we are. I don't know that we need to. Anyway, when you're done, just wipe that whole thing across, just like this. There. That's looking nice, huh? Yeah, that's looking nice. Remember, crisscross strokes, X strokes even, whatever you want to call them, and then wipe it across. Wipe it across. And that's all you need to do. Okay, let's go ahead and, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my 1-inch brush here. Now this brush is the same, it's just natural hairs. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out, because we use these 3 colors here, the phthalo green and the alizarin crimson. We use these 3 colors to mix all kinds of wonderful dark colors, and they range from violets to turquoises to just pure black even, okay? Now what I'm looking for here is a color that's a little bit more, we're looking for something that's a little bit more, I don't know. We'll find something maybe a little violet-ish, maybe a little bit of blue on it. Now, a good rule of thumb when you do this is to mix up a little bit more color than you think you need. So I'm going to pull out just a little bit more of each color here until we got just a big old pile here. Big old pile of this color, okay? It's going to look super nice, I think, there. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tap that into the bristles because I want this color to be very thinly applied, evenly distributed on my brush. When you tap the bristles like this, the paint doesn't get on there too thick, and things are going to look real nice. Okay, and then all these, we're going to have a row of trees over here in the background, so let's just pick our little spot. It's going to be right about here, okay? Then we're just going to, that's all we got to do. Let the bristles bend up like this, because when you do that, notice how I'm tapping the canvas here, just like I tap the palette. Look at that. Every time we want a little bit more color, we can go in and add a little bit more. Now you want to pick and choose, like maybe you want this one over here darker because maybe it's going to come forward a little bit, and maybe you want some trees bigger than others, I don't know. Just pick and choose. We're just kind of throwing in a background here is all we're doing. That's really all we're doing here. We're not getting too complicated with it, right? Now make sure it's not too even or anything like that. You want things to be varied. That's how paintings look more interesting, you know? Okay, with that, let's go ahead and get our other brush now, our 1-inch brush. Our clean 1-inch brush, I should say. We already got the 1-inch brush out now. So let's go ahead and we'll take a little bit of yellow and, I don't know, we got all kinds, it's real autumny back here, so we got all kinds of colors going on. So maybe we'll start with just a little bit of the yellow color, and we'll start maybe like, I don't know, Ooh. I don't know how long you've been watching, but you know, what we got here is like a mental checklist, a bingo card of things that happen every episode. One of the things that happens every episode is get a little bit of hair on my palette, my brush. And so it's not a real bingo card. It's just one we keep on a checklist in our head, and it's a list of things that just like to happen every episode. It's a little maddening sometimes, but you have a laugh about it. Try not to get too discouraged about certain things when you paint, like getting hair in your stuff. It happens. Okay, so I'm pulling this paint out now. I'm not tapping it, I'm just pulling it because I want it to be real thick on the brush. Okay, so now I'm going to bend the bristles up like this. Look at that. Ooh, we've already got a nice little color going there, don't we? Yeah, let's see where else we can do. Yeah, there's another one. Yeah, we're finding them all today, aren't we? Here, let's go ahead and got that one, a little tap right here. Now pay attention to where the light is going to be. There's another one for the bingo card. Got a little bit of paint on my hand. This is one of these episodes. One of these episodes. Oh no, I got a little bit of hair in the canvas. Oh no. Hair belongs on your head, not on your canvas. Yeah, well, I'm sure that's the way Picasso felt, right? Right as all the hairs are falling out of his head. I bet he even made a painting with one of those. It's probably in the Museum of Modern Art someplace. All right, let's pick a spot right there. Now, think about doing this. I'm doing it wrong right now. What you want to do, and you know what? I'm gonna vary things up. I'm just gonna get a little bit of green on this next one. Yeah. See how I got a little bit of green there? Yeah, it's gonna be real nice. I'm just mixing up all that highlight color right there. Okay. For this next one, imagine the light is coming from the right. The light is coming from the right. Okay. So we'll go into another spot like that, and okay. And maybe we'll add a little bit more yellow and give this one a little something right there. Just like that. And just a little tap right there. You want to start at the top of these things. Start at the top. Here, I'm going to get a little bit of the vermilion. We already got some chrome yellow in there. So let's get some vermilion and just sparkle this up a little bit. And remember, wipe it through. You're going to be tempted to tap it. You're going to be tempted to tap it. Say that 5 times fast. You're going to be tempted to tap it, but don't tap it. Wipe it. Wipe it. Okay? And then boom. That's all it is. Okay? You might even want to get a little bit of that chrome yellow in there again and just like that. Maybe you want to sneak it into a few more places. Maybe over here. Maybe there. Maybe, I don't know. Just a few other places. You're just creating some little things. Remember, this is just the background, so don't get too obsessive about it. Let's make ourselves a nice little red color right there. Ooh, yeah, that's a nice one. Okay, maybe we'll get ourselves a little bit yellow and just create kind of that one of those, firecracker type colors, real harvesty. Yeah. Okay, we'll go in here and just like that. Okay. And you can turn the brush. Got a few things going on there. Here, let's get some serious red going. There, a little bit of vermilion in there. It's gonna be a real nice one. Here. Oh yeah. Oh, that's bananas right there. I don't know what I was doing. Okay. Okay. We're getting real wild right now. All right. There. And over here. Okay. So we got lots of little things going in the background right now, don't we? Yeah, we do. Here, let's get a little one right. Maybe right over here. There. Then maybe. Okay. Lots of little trees and things like that going on back there. And, give me a chance to wipe off my hand a little bit. It's getting to be a bit much. That's better. Better. Okay. All right. So now let's go in here, and I think what I want to do, what I want to do, I want to create some trees. I want to do some tree trunks in here though. Okay. So let's take a little bit of the ultramarine and then the blues and crimson, and we're going to do we're going to do kind of a little bit of a alizarin crimson and ultramarine. And tell you what, let's go ahead and just take a little bit right over here and add a little bit, add a little bit of the yellow. There we go. Okay. So now we got this kind of greenish color. Now we need to, the thing about mixing colors is that you always have to do like a counterbalancing act. Because eventually when you add yellow, things are going to shift drastically toward green. It's just one of those things that happens because the light hits yellow a little differently from other colors. So whenever you mix yellow with something, it always wants to move itself toward green, especially when it hits blue. When it hits blue, it just shifts all the way toward green. It'll make green all day if you let it. Here, throw a little bit of that color that we got in there. There, like that. That's looking pretty dark, isn't it? Yeah, I'd say that is. Yeah. All right. Okay. What you do is you wipe that out, create a little roll like that, and now we're just going to go in. We're going to go in, and we're going to paint little things. Little things. Actually, you know what we might want to do? Since these are so little and so delicate, we can go ahead and open up our bucket once more. Take the liner brush, go into a little bit of paint here, a little bit of paint. We can kind of just let these things come all the way down here, can't we? Yeah. So maybe these things over here, kind of in the distance, are kind of disappearing against the ground and things. Yeah. Yeah, maybe there's another tree right there. If you need to, go ahead, get a little bit more medium in there. Alright, so, alright, I'm going to hold my brush by the very end, and then I'm going to create all these little tree branches right there, and make sure that the trees, when you make them, they're a little bigger near the bottom. It's just one of those things about trees. You can create some nice little branches going every which way. You can remember when they meet the tree, the branches get a little bigger too. Okay. So those things about trees, you know, is that the branches, they get a little bigger when they meet the tree. At the bottom of the tree, they get a little bigger. Yeah, you kind of have to watch out and balance things. All right, there. All right, so that looks pretty decent. All right. Take a little bit more medium. Take a little bit of medium. And we'll go back over this one. There it goes. Give this one a little bit more body. Yeah, that's all there is to it. You don't have to decorate this all day long. You just throw a few things in there. That's really all there is to that. And maybe we'll go over, I don't know, we'll go over into the middle right here. Yeah, the middle could use a good tree cut, right? That's right. Make sure you got lots of medium on this. It's going to make it a lot easier to paint these kinds of things. All right. So now we'll just go in and okay. There. And imagine it's got all kinds of branches shooting off. Just like that. Just like that. Oops. Yeah, that's a pretty crazy one, but we can make it happen. There. And now we'll get maybe a couple more trees here. We don't need to tree this thing to death, you know. Let's go over here and we'll do another one. Maybe get this one real crooked-like, and we'll call that one. No, that ain't crooked enough. I was going to call him a politician, but he ain't crooked enough. We'll call him, I don't know, maybe we'll call him a scalper. Oh, that's right. Maybe placing a scalper right below a politician in terms of crookedness. Goodness gracious. Hey, look at all that. Some of these trees, you know, they're going to have branches on top of branches and stuff. Like maybe over here you'll have that. I don't know. Trees have a way of kind of just, like I like to say a lot of the time, doing whatever they want. And we'll go over and do this one. We'll do this one right here. Yeah, it's looking good. Okay. Well, maybe he's got a big old thing happening at the bottom right here, where he's kind of, yeah, he's got a branch kind of sticking out like this. Yeah. There it goes. Yeah, he's got that one over there, and maybe he's got another one kind of sneaking up. Okay, yeah. We'll just give him one more right there. And we'll give him a friend. What do you say? Yeah, I think a friend would be nice. It's nice to have friends. It's hard to get by in life if you ain't got friends. Ain't that the truth? Okay. Yeah, I don't mind the paint if it's a little thick. Just make sure you got lots of medium. Because a lot of times when you do your highlights and stuff, it'll be real thick and maybe a little bit hard to work. Yeah, ooh, that was a doozy we got right there, huh? Yeah, I know. Got that one. A few more branches. Oh, that was unexpected. Well, that's why we do this. Just see what happens. See what happens. Okay. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit of the white now. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to throw a little bit of that white on these edges right here. Okay. There. Throw a little bit of white on these. There. Okay. We're not going to go overboard with it. I'm just kind of maybe going to do a few of these. Just the tree trunks. Now remember the light. The light is supposed to be coming from the right. So it would make sense that we got a bunch of light hitting these trees and the tree branches. You want to add a little bit of color to them so they don't appear flat. Okay. You just go right down the tree. You don't have to pay too much attention to what they're supposed to look like and all that. There. You don't have to worry about it too much. As long as you get that little bit of light on there. There. Remember, you're suggesting things. You don't have to hit everything. Just hit a couple of places. Hit a couple of places with that light. If you hit a couple of places with the light, it'll suggest it. Now remember also that we're going to cover a lot of these trees with a lot of color. Okay? So it doesn't really pay to paint these things to the death right before you get to the good stuff. Okay. Now remember that brush that we were using to go ahead and get some of these things? I think I'm going to do that again. Okay. I'm going to get a little bit of alizarin. Now when we do this is going to lean a little bit toward violet. So we're getting some more alizarin, more ultramarine, more phthalo green. Now, here's what we're doing. We're going right over here. And again, we're going to let the bristles bend up. Alright, so this is just the way we're doing it. Okay? Let the bristles bend up. Angle the branch, or the leaves any way you want. And notice when I do this, I just touch it like that. I just do that. Wonderful things happen, don't they? Just we've already got that little shadow color in there. Now we can go over the other side and throw some of this in. Okay. That's all we gotta do. All we gotta do. We'll go right over here because, I don't know, maybe there's another little thing going on in here. And we'll think in terms of there. We'll think in terms of little patches of color like this. Like maybe this kind of bends all this way. Alright. Alright. There it goes. Remember, the darks look best when they start at the bottom. But of course, you're not going to have many leaves on these trees, so you don't want to go ahead and go overboard. You want to take it easy a little bit. Okay. Alright, we got enough here. We got enough. Now we can go ahead and add a little bit more. If you ever need to mix up more color, just drag your brush through these colors. They're there for that reason. They're there for that reason, so don't be scared to use them. Okay. And we'll give that one a little tap. A couple little taps, actually. There it goes. Okay. We'll throw that in there. Let's see. Let's go ahead and... Ooh, I know. There. Little things down this way. Okay. And then maybe some little things over in here. There it goes. We can also accomplish this with a fan brush if we really need to, but I don't know. Here, while we're here, let's go ahead and get our other flat brush here, our 2-inch flat brush. And I'm going to take some more of that color. A little bit of the ultramarine, the alizarin crimson, and the phthalo green. And you know what? We're going to get mostly, I think we're going to get mostly phthalo green and not alizarin crimson, but ultramarine blue in there. Okay, that's good. That's good. All right, so we're going to take it right here, and we're just going to tap into some things here. Okay. There it goes. Now the ground is going to be pretty flat here, so we're just going to tap in a lot of this. And that's really all I'm doing. I'm tapping it firm so that that color gets really pressed into the canvas. Okay? And as I go forward, notice how things are getting lighter and lighter. Okay. That's good. That's good. The reason I do that is because darks tend to recede. Although we could make the color more intense in the foreground, maybe. Maybe? I don't know. I think I'm going to leave it for right now and see what I think later. I've got a good feeling about it. Anyway, let's go ahead now and, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to clean off this brush here. Now I got a 5-gallon bucket filled with odorless turpentine. We don't use pure gum turpentine or anything like that because it's too sticky, it's too smelly, it's too flammable, it's too hard to use. So we use the odorless turpentine instead. And what I do is I wipe it on a grating at the bottom. I wipe the edges on the bucket. I tap it. Then I show it who's boss. That was a good time there, tell you. Now I wipe it with paper towels to make sure it's good and clean. That way I know it's ready to use again. In fact, I'm going to use it right now. Let's go ahead and mist out a few things here. I'm going to mist out some of the bottom of this. Alright, I'm going to mist this out. Okay. There it goes. Okay. Maybe let's go ahead and get some of that. Let's take some of that dark color back here. Get a little bit more in the background. There. I just wanted to mist it out at the bottom a little bit just to make things kind of recede. It's going to look a little neater once we put down the highlights, I think. Okay. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull out this yellow color, alright? I'm going to pull this yellow color out. And then I'm going to go over here. And I'm just going to, like that. That's really all there is to that. I'll go over here and do the same thing. There. Here, we can probably. There. Thinking little patches. Little patches. That's all there is to it. All there is to it. In fact, I want to clean this off. On here, so it might be a little difficult. Alright. I wanted to get the paint off of there because I need to get a little bit of yellow on here so I can make this green color. Okay, let's go in now. Alright. Right here, right here. This is where we're going to do it. Alright. And now, if I pull into that yellow color again, it's going to be a little brighter this time, right? And right here. Okay. Now don't destroy all the dark color. I'm only going to do one more little patch right here. Okay, just like that. Okay. That's all I want to do. That's fine. We can leave it like that. All right. Now let's get a little bit more of the green color. A little bit more of this green color. And now we'll go in here and give it some little up taps over here. There. That's all there is to it. We'll leave it like that. We'll rinse this off because we might need it again. Okay. Now. Yeah, you knew I was going to do that, didn't you? Yeah, you did. You knew. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead here and think of ourselves. Let's think of a little green colored. Take our chrome yellow. Okay, we'll go into that green color that we've been using. All right. Maybe we'll take a little bit of the green. Ooh. That was a little too much. Ooh, that's strong. Yeah. Here's what we can do. We can take a little bit of our white and a little bit of that yellow. Okay. And we'll imagine that a lot of the green color is still good. There. A lot of the green color still looks so vibrant. Okay. Let's go ahead. And from the background, all right, use all this to create lots of little bushes over here in the background like this. All right. And we'll go and create some grass like that, and we'll go back in with a little bit of the yellow, and add maybe a little bit of white too, and there. Now, this is a relatively flat land we're dealing with, so we don't have to go too wild. There it goes. Ooh, yeah. Get a little bit more yellow in there. Oh, yeah. Oh, that looks so nice. Oh, I was right to go with that. See, doesn't that look like so much? Doesn't it look so nice there in the background? Ooh, we'll add a little something in there because that's a little too much shadow, I think. There it goes. Here. All right. Yeah. There it goes. Yeah, when you do that, just give it little taps, and when you run out of paint, go back and get some more. And you can keep changing the color like I did. You could keep adding some white and yellow. Look at all that. Ooh, that's something, huh? I know. Let's go ahead and decide what we want to do next. I think what I want to do next is I'm going to create a little bit of a fence going down the sides here. So let's go ahead now and wipe this off. Let's wipe that off. Okay. Let's wipe that off. We'll add a little bit more of the ultramarine, and we'll add a little bit more of the alizarin. Okay. Because we want this to be a real dark color. Real dark. Alright. Ooh, that's dark. That's right. Ooh, that's the right color. Yeah. Now we're going to paint ourselves a scarecrow in a little bit. Not too soon, because we still got a lot of stuff to do. But mostly, let's go ahead and get this fence in. Okay. So we're going to have ourselves a little bit of a fence that's going to go, I don't know, it's going to start right about, I think here it's going to go probably to about, we'll say it's going to go right about here. There's one post. In fact, before I do anything else, I think I might take my fan brush here. I'm gonna, boy, decisions. Tell you what I want to do. I'm gonna keep my brush just like that. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of the chrome yellow, go over here, and what we're looking for is kind of a muted color. Okay, we'll take some of this and just very lightly shift it toward orange. Alright. And we'll take some white. And look at that. Boy. Getting ourselves some real nice hay colors. Yeah, I'm looking for a good hay color right now. I'm looking for a good hay color. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Alright. There it goes. Now what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take this brush right here. Okay. I'm going to run my brush, the fan brush, through this. Okay. Both sides. What we're going to do is we're going to follow along right about here. We're just going to... We're going to create these little guidelines right here. Just kind of like the hay is just kind of moving through all this grass here. Or we got a bunch of dry foliage there. Okay, right about there. And right about in here, it's coming in. We'll say, ooh, yeah, it's gonna come in right about there. But we gotta put the fence in first, don't we? a little bit. I just wanted to get all this little bit right here. This little bit right here. Okay. There it goes. All right. Now, let me set this down. And let me get my first knife. My first knife with a little roll on it. Okay, we'll use the small side of this to go ahead and create the post. So maybe the posts are about yay width apart. Maybe they're going this way. You know how posts are. They tend to be like real uneven because they're man-made and they're not really made particularly well. So we got one going this way. We'll say that they got like, I don't know, maybe they got like three slats here. There. Trying to keep all the animals out. There. Okay. Alright. That's good. Sit down for right now. And let's set this color down for right now. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wipe off my knife. There it goes. Okay. Here, hold on. That's not good enough. I'm just trying to wipe it down on some paper towels that were beside my piece right there. That are on my table. It wasn't working out here. Yeah, that's better. We need to get it fully clean. Well, maybe not fully clean, but clean enough. And what I was doing was not clean enough. Okay. Let's add a little bit of the white into this color right here. This brown that we made up. Okay. And you know what I say, you always want to make things a little brighter than you think they should be. So this color right here is about right. Okay. We'll pull it, take a little bit off, and a little roll. Careful not to get too much paint. If you get too much paint, you might regret it, okay? Alright. It's hard to get all three of these, so we might just get the two on this particular fence. Not that anyone's going to notice, right? Yeah. It's okay to fudge things here and there, especially if the details are a little too hard to get. That's cool. Alright. Okay, we got that one. That's looking mighty nice, huh? Yeah, I know. Okay, let's go ahead and get ourselves a little bit more of that. Okay. Now let's imagine that now the fence is coming this way. Ooh yeah. Okay. Just like this. we'll make it stop right about here. Here, there it goes. Okay. And we'll put in the post first. I think that might be a good idea. There's 2 posts right there. Let's grab a little bit of that paint and put in those posts. There. They don't have to be tall posts. No. They don't have to be tall posts. There's another post right about here because maybe the fence is all cockeyed and all that, and maybe it kind of bends a little bit, and maybe there's another one right about I don't know, right about here. Maybe somewhere around there. Why not? Okay. And maybe it starts to go over this way, and maybe there's another one right there. Okay. Maybe there's posts all which way over here. Right? Yeah. Now when you do this, like I say, just take a little roll and just gently touch the canvas. Gently touch the canvas. This fence kind of goes all the way down to the ground, so you can take some liberties putting it in. There. Doesn't have to be a perfect perfect canvas, no. Doesn't have to be a perfect fence. Remember that, because all these wooden fences like this that these people build, they're all messed up and all that. They're not perfect. Okay. Heck, you might have a beam that's kind of just fallen down over here. Maybe the wood's disintegrating over time, because you know how wood fences are. They don't really last forever. Not really. Okay. And we'll go ahead back with the highlight. Alright. Fold out, cut down, and right here. Okay. There it goes. Now, it would make sense that there's going to be a highlight on top of those, because, well, I mean, the sunlight is coming down. It's not coming up, is it? This ain't some scary movie or something where someone's shining a flashlight at their face. No. That would look weird if the sun was coming down on the ground. The only time the sunlight ever really shines upward like that is if the sun's really low in the sky, maybe. And then again, that's very rare when we see something like that. I think you'd have to get out of the crack of dawn every day to find anything like that. Okay. You know what I do a lot of the times here is I kind of just use the edge of my blade here to really draw that color on, because sometimes, ooh, look at that. Look at that. Yeah. You got a big pile of wood right there because the fence is getting all dilapidated. Alright. A lot of this is going to be covered up by their scarecrow later too. Okay, we'll throw one more right there. That's good. That's good. Let's go back in with, ooh, I think we need to get our fan brush back out, okay? Because maybe we need a little bit more white. Maybe we need a little bit more yellow. And a little bit more white. You'd be surprised how much white you need. You always want to make things a little bit more brighter than you think you have to. It's a good rule of thumb for these things. So remember that. Remember that. I'm going to try something here. Because I'm seized by a little bit of inspiration. Let's go ahead and see how this looks. Okay. I don't know. That might be okay. I think this is going to go right about over this way. I want to get a little bit more of that color that we had in there. Okay. Just a few more yellows and all that. And maybe a few more over here too. Okay. There it goes. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I might want to add bit of medium in that. Get this to work right. I sense that maybe things are getting a little too muddied up. All right. There we go. And then if we want to modify that anymore, we certainly can. There it goes. Okay, we'll keep that around just in case we need it. All right, things are looking pretty steady so far. All right, better be careful or else this might turn into a big old hay painting. All right, so we got, it looks like 4 slats up here that we want to concentrate on. Now, fortunately, we can get a little bit more detail this time around. All right, but not too much, not too much. There's going to be one going that way. There's one right here. There's one right there, and then one right here. Yep, there's 4 of them. Okay. Now, how this is going to work is maybe, there's the way it goes. Okay. Now, right about here. Right about here. Yeah, that's where I want that to end up. Okay. All right. Remember, there's 4 of them this time. There's 4 of them. All right. Oops. I didn't get enough paint on the edge of that. There. Things might be a little dry right there, so we'll take the edge of the knife. The edge of the knife is a good way to get some things done that they might not be working out. I've noticed. Smooth out the paint a little bit even, if you ever want to. Okay. And then we'll imagine just a big old post right about, here. There it goes. There's the post right there. That's nice. Okay. So, okay, the other part of this is going to go right there. Okay. The fence is going to sneak right off the edge there. That's nice. We got ourselves a nice little fall scene happening, don't we? Yeah, a little bit. Okay. There. Look at that. We've got all of our shadow colors laid out. Oh, nice. Let's go ahead and put that down. We'll take maybe a little bit more of the color that we had, because I feel like we might need just to mix up a little bit more of that. Got a feeling. Okay, let's take a little bit of white now. There it goes. There it goes. Here, just a little bit more white. You know what I say? One more for the road. Oh, these paintings get to be so much fun. Oh, I remember playing in fields like this when I was a kid. Looking up at the sky, wondering if all the spirits and everything were wandering around up there. Spirits of loved ones long gone. You know, that kind of thing. Here. Okay. Actually, let's twist it that way. There. Now we'll give it a little love taps here and there. There it goes. we go. And we'll give this one there. There it goes. And then we'll cover that one up just like this. Okay. Lots of little things happening right now. Okay. There it goes. Oops. Having to get some more. Pretty good. That looks pretty good. Ooh, I can't. Ooh. I know what I want to do now. Let's go ahead and get the round brush now. Actually, I think I might get the flat brush for this one, because I feel like it might be a little bit better for what I want to do. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit of blue onto that. And we'll add a little bit of our color that we were using, and that's going to be a nice mid-tone color that I think I'm going to use. Okay, add a little bit more white to that because you want to make things a little brighter than you think you should. I know I say that a lot, but it's true. Okay, now we can add a little bit of the odorless turpentine to that. And right along the bottom of these things, we'll see how this looks. Just want to give that a little tone on the edges there. Okay, a little bit of a tone. There. All right, right over here. There. Okay, just like that. Maybe right over here. It's kind of hard to get the ones back here, but maybe in all these little places like this, maybe we can get it. No, just use that blue color to your advantage. There it goes. Okay. Okay. All right. I don't know why, but tapping seems to be the way that things work today. If you ever notice that your base layers are lacking a little bit of color harmony with the rest of the painting, this is the way to go in and fix some of that and change things around a little bit. There it goes. Because, maybe those colors aren't your favorite. Maybe you got another idea for a little bit of a change that would work better. Go for it. Okay. I think we're in a good place with this now. Let's go ahead and set this brush aside. Oops. Whoopsie daisies. Alright. I think what I want to do, I want to get Filbert out. This is the brush I call Phil. He's a brush made with synthetic hairs, but he does alright, because really all you need for a brush like this is a good stiff one. Okay. Now let's take a little bit of our dark color. So we're going to mix up the ultramarine, the alizarin, and the phthalo green. And I want to be a little heavier on the alizarin and the ultramarine on this one. Okay. But first, here, let me close up. Excuse me, let me close up my bucket. And let's take a palette knife. I think I'm going to use. I'm going to use the. Let me set this one aside. I'm going to use the big one for this, just because it's easier to get lots of work done when you use the big one. Okay. So let's start right about. We're going to start really high up. We're going to start right about here. Okay. And then, you know what I might want to do for this? You might want to take your paper towels so you can wipe off all the excess paint. Now, the reason we do this, the reason we scrape away paint like this, and it seems so wasteful, but really you gotta do it if you want things to go well. Okay. We gotta scrape away the paint. And in fact, we might go ahead and scrape some of this away. Because he's gonna be attached to a stalk, isn't he? Yeah, he's gonna be attached to one. That's right, he is. Now you want to carve yourself a silhouette. I know, carve. Don't be scared of that word. Don't be scared of it. Don't be scared. It's okay. It's okay. Go down this way. Look, I'm cutting for his torso. Right there. There it is. If it doesn't look exactly like mine when you do it, don't worry. Don't worry. It's okay. His little arm. Gonna go right about, ooh, he's gonna go to right about there. There. Just like that. Carve that away. There we go. Now this is gonna go right about down here. The stalk is gonna go, ooh, right into there. Oh, I know, it's maddening. But we got to do this. Okay. Look at all that paint. See, if we didn't take that paint off, this would be much harder to paint after the fact, okay? Alright. Now he's going to be on top of a little thing of hay too, so that's going to go to right about, we'll say right about, we'll angle it out and say right about here it's going to stop. There's the edge. Yeah, there's the edge right there, okay? Just breathe if you're feeling stressed out by this. Breathe. It's okay. It's okay. Where's that hay? Where's that hay gonna stop? It's gonna stop here? It's gonna stop here? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe it goes out a little bit more. I don't know. That's where my knife took me. Okay. Part of this is to give yourself some guidelines to paint along, and that'll make it a little easier to do all this once you finally get to it. It's a lot less scary when you have the guidelines painted, but the scariest part is actually making the guidelines. It's easy to psych yourself out when you do this kind of thing. Okay. Alright, we got all that. And there's going to be some pumpkins surrounding him too, but we're going to wait until the very end to do that part. Okay. And, I don't know, we might scrape out a little bit of this later. We'll decide once we want to lay down a little bit more ground, maybe. Okay, let's go ahead now. That was intense, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. I had a lot of fun doing it, though. Okay. Let's go in here and, I don't know, got a bunch of stuff going on. Ooh, I forgot a spot. We need another spot for his arm, his other arm. His other arm is going to go right about to, about here. Yeah. Right about, okay. There it goes. You know what? You know what's next. Take that roll of paper towels, keep it on hand, wipe it off if you need to. Whoops, didn't mean to do that, but you know what? I got too many tools going at once, don't I? Yeah, that was on the bale of hay, thank goodness. Whew. I'm getting over encumbered. Yeah, this might be a new one for the bingo card, the over encumbrance. Okay. Alright. I think we're good. We don't have to do any more of that. We're all good. Okay. I even need a little bit more alizarin crimson and ultramarine and yellow green. Okay, that's good. Now we're just going to paint in all this really murky, dark color right here. Okay, we're going to go right in there. That's good. Okay. And we'll go right about his shoulders being a little. Okay. All right. Okay, we got the first part done. Now let's go ahead and take our round brush, and we'll go in with some darker colors maybe. Here's what I'm feeling. Yeah, I'm feeling a yellow orange. Yeah, ooh, here's a yellow orange right here. Don't have to look too far, do I? No. And we'll just go into the white here, maybe brighten that up a little bit and bring it back. I don't know. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. That's pretty good. Here. Let's go ahead now and just kind of layer this. So what we'll do is we'll kind of just, pick all kinds of little things. And we'll go back into this. Go all the way down. Just like that. Okay? Maybe we got a little bit up here. Okay. And maybe we got a little bits of things kind of just flowing all the way up here. Okay. We're gonna keep that harvest color. Maybe there's. Okay. There it goes. All right. Now I'm gonna go into this white color here. I'm gonna take a little bit more of the orange. There it goes. I'm just going to caress the edges of this like this. Like that. There. Okay. All right. And with that, let's maybe go in and, I don't know. I think we might take some of these darker colors like this. We might go in and make a little brown color. There it goes. That's good. Okay. Now maybe we can throw a few things in like this and maybe paint some of these little things in here, like with all these browns. There. Just like that. Just like that. Okay. It helps a lot of times if you make the sound. Like that. Okay. There it goes. Ah, yes. Perfect. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm feeling like that's pretty good for right now. Let's go ahead and maybe let's clean off the brush or not. Alright. Yeah, let's go ahead and show who's boss a little bit. It helps. Alright. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to tear off this piece before we get paint on myself. Painted myself in my palette. Yep. Okay. Alright, now we can make some big decisions over here about what we want from the Scarecrow. Alright. Scarecrow's kind of got a hat thing going on that kind of creeps over this way, and His arms are hanging out there. Okay. Alright, let's make sure that we got all the colors we need for this. Take the round brush with all that dark color that we were making and go in and paint this. You know what, we might want a little bit more of the ultramarine and the phthalo for this one. There that goes. Yeah. The violet colors work a lot better for this, I think. The violet colors generally work a lot better for shadowy stuff. Okay. Alright. And we'll stop right about... He's got a little foot that goes right about there, I think. Okay. Alright. This old Scarecrow, he's having a tired old day. He's just sitting on his stoop. I should say his bale of hay, but he calls it a stoop. He's holding his arms at his side. He can't move them. All he really wants is a heart, but instead... But instead he's just hanging out. All the kids run by and joke and call him Jesus. Because his arms are pinned to the board. Also the hay. Yeah, I know. Let's get some ultramarine here and add some white on this. Yeah, let's take a little bit of white to that. Yeah, that's a good color, I think. Yeah, we don't have to do much with that. We'll just take that right about here. Okay. Alright. Yeah, maybe there's a little bit going on right about here. And maybe there's something going on right here. That's cool. That's cool. Okay. And we'll take some more of the ultramarine, maybe mix it up with some of these other colors. Okay. We'll get a little bit of the alizarin crimson on that. But you don't want it to be a lot of it to be ultramarine, okay? Okay. So let's go in here and maybe... Ooh. There goes. And maybe his chest is just kind of puffing out a little bit right there. Yeah. There he goes. Now his arm's going to go down in here. Just like that. There we go. That's better. Okay. And we'll make some room for his leg right there, because he's going to have his little shirt thing going on right here. Well, there's going to be a little bit of a hint of his leg coming up. His knee is going to be bending that ever so slightly. Okay. All right. Now let's take a little bit more blue and the ultramarine and phthalo green like. And we'll make a real dark-ish color. Again, it's going to be mostly these three colors. Should be a lot darker than that mid-tone color we just put in. Okay. Now I'm going to go in with that color all up in here and change a lot of these little things. Like that. And maybe I'll throw a color down right there. And I don't know. Throw one right here next to his leg. maybe a lot of his shirt's going to be getting a little covered up there. Okay. There. Just add a little bit more white on that. A little bit more white. And one touch more. Okay, that's good. That's good. All right. So right about there. We want his chest to puff out a little bit, don't we? Yeah, maybe a little bit. There it goes. Okay. I think we got his shirt about done there. That looks pretty good, I'd say. Now let's clean off our little brush. This little round is going to be pretty invaluable today, I feel. Alright, let's go ahead and just wipe this off. I could slap it around and show it who's boss, but I'm not going to do that right now, I don't think. Nah. We need to go ahead and concentrate on getting the hay on his head. I want a hay color that's a little bit, ooh, it's got a little bit of blue in it. So we're going to use some of this hay right here. Yeah. Okay. A little bit of white, a little bit of that orange color to it. It's going to have a lot of that blue in it. Okay. Let's get a little bit of the odorless turpentine, and we'll find the shape of his head, because it's going to be somewhere in here. Okay, I kind of just drag it down his body, alright, when you paint this kind of thing, because there's going to be straw just coming down him. Alright, there's going to be straw coming down, and it's going to be kind of just pouring in a big old beard-like shape. There. Like that. I'd say that looks pretty good. Okay. So let's cover up a little bit more of them than we think we need to. Okay. I'd say that's about enough. I'd say that's about enough. And we can go ahead and maybe drag a little bit more of that hay down about right here. Goes. Maybe he's got some kind of just fluttering in the wind. Yeah, maybe he does. Maybe he does. Here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep the orange color. I'm not going to rinse this brush off actually, because we might need this to get this next color in here. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to use the blue that's already on my brush to mix up kind of a dull orange color on here. Okay. And it's going to go in right here, right there. Okay. There it goes. Very nice. I don't think I want to do anything more with his face there. Showed who's boss. Alright. Okay. Now, we need to get his hat in here, so let's take this brown color we were using, and why don't we just make the shape right like this? Okay. It's going to go right about up here, down to just above his shoulder. Okay. We're looking for kind of an elliptical little shape here that's kind of, you know how ellipticals are. A little tricky to get. Let's just move that one a little to the side there. A little to the side. Yeah, a little bit more. Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to take that, add a little bit of white to it. Just like this. In fact, I might add a little bit of the yellow color right here. Okay. Yeah, just like that. Just like that. And right about. Ooh, I'm going to put it right about. There's the point right about there. Okay. And we'll pull it down the other way, right here. Okay. There it goes. Maybe. There's kind of a little ring going around it like that. I don't know. Something like that. Here, let me set this down for a second. Let's get out our liner brush and get a little of that face color that we were using and reuse that. Here, get even more. Because sometimes you need a little bit more to make that paint flow. Now we're going to follow, for the most part, this circle right here. There it goes. Doesn't that look nice? Yeah, that looks nice. Here, we'll do it again. Alright, that's about as much as we need to do with the hat, I think. Let's concentrate on getting him some gloves, I think. Right about, right here. Imagine that his fingers are being formed right about here. Maybe his thumb's coming out this way ever so slightly. Okay. There it goes. Now we'll add a little bit of the color that we were using up above. Just to sparkle it. Okay. There it goes. This is real challenging, I know. If you've never painted a figure before, just take it in stride, take it easy, and take your time. Don't freak yourself out. Because you know how it is. First time you paint a figure, ooh, boy, it's a little rough, isn't it? Yeah. It's a little rough every time you try to paint the figure for the first time. I don't think anyone's ever done a figure well the first time around. But there's a little bit of everything in these kinds of paintings. You know, you learn how to paint individual little objects, and yeah, you learn how to paint people and stuff, and You don't have to paint people, but you know, there's so many people out there. It's tough to go in there and do these without learning how to do it. So it's probably a good idea to just hunker down and learn how to paint people. I remember going to a bunch of different classes with people who say, I cannot draw people. And I think it might have been a graphic design major, and I told them, well, you should probably work on that. And I don't think they liked me too much after I said that, but you know, my sentiment still remains the same here. You should probably work on that because it's not going to get any easier if you don't work on it. The only reason I make it look so easy here is because I've been doing it for years. Here, I'll give that guy a little something right there. Here it goes. Okay. Now let's go ahead and, well, I think that I'm going to get a little bit of white on this and add some of this color down in here, the wrist, like that. Yeah. Okay. Now imagine that hay is just kind of billowing in the light. Here, he needs a little bit more of a highlight, doesn't he? Right there. Okay, yeah, he does. It's like his wrists are kind of tied there, huh? I know. Man, he looks kind of trapped, doesn't he? Oh, that's too bad. I'm sorry, Mr. Scarecrow. Here, let me give you a little something just so you feel a little bit better about the way you look. If we can't take you down from your perch, Jesus. Oh, I'm never going to get tired of that. Here. Let's go ahead now and maybe get a little bit of this color off. Alright. We'll take a little bit of the color like this and establish him up on his little beam there. There it goes. Here. Okay. You know what? Let's get the white off of this because I don't like that. Let's do this. Let's take this. Wipe that off. Okay. And let's take some of the ultramarine with the alizarin and a touch of the chrome yellow. Touch of the chrome yellow again. Oh no. Did I get paint on my face? Oh, I might have. Oh no. That's a new one for the bingo card, huh? Oh boy. Oh boy. I got paint on my face. Here, let me see how bad it is. Oh, I'm just going to have to wait till later to clean that off, I think. Just going to have to wait till later. It's alright. It's just silly. Well, we can check that off from the bingo card now. Got ourselves a new one, fellas. Alright. Yeah, let me take a little bit of the blue and a little bit of the alizarin on that there. Okay. Alright, with that, touch of this. There it goes. Now we can see it. Now it looks fine. Oh no. Knocking things over. Man, we're checking all kinds of things off in the bingo card today, aren't we? Man, someone yelled out bingo, we're finished. No, we're not. We're not done yet. The painting, we're not finished until the painting's done. Here. Leave my paper towels here. Goodness gracious. Oh. My, we still have to clean off that liner brush, don't we? Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we got ourselves a lively painting today. A lively painting with a lively way of painting. Okay. Let me add just a little bit of the. Let me take some of this yellow here. Up into this. Add a little bit of white. You know what? Here. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a little bit of white into this. There that goes. Okay. Now right about at the bottom here. His pants are going to bloom out. And we're going to take it up the side like this. Okay. And then there we go. Okay. There's the highlight. Now we just need to get ourselves a little bit of a mid-tone color. And we're going to do that with some alizarin and some ultramarine, I think. Some ultramarine, yeah, right. We're going to use a lot of ultramarine. Here, let's take some of that chrome yellow in there. I think we're going to have a lot more, probably going to have a lot more white in this than the other colors. This is going to have a lot more alizarin in it. Okay. There it goes. Okay. So we got a color that's a little different from what we were using, which is good. Which is good. So let's go ahead and bust this out and see if we can. There. There it goes. There it goes. Okay. Now that we got a lot of that color in, we'll just cover up some of this stuff here. There. Now that we got a lot of that color in there, we'll take some more of our violet color in here. We'll add a lot of violet in that. Then we'll go over in here and make sure this has got a little bit of brown in it. Okay. There it goes. Okay. We got some shadow folds in here, so everywhere I see a shadow fold, I'm kind of just going in and throwing down a little bit of this color. Like right in here, maybe. Okay. And, ooh, you know what? Let's go ahead and throw some of this back down. Just want to scrape some of it off because we might need it again. We might need it again. There's all kinds of different things you can do with. There's all kinds of different things you can do. It'll drive you crazy trying to do them all. So you just gotta try to stick to the basics. Now naturally, because this is the area of the painting where the most focus is going to be, we're putting the most detail in. Okay? I can go in here with this color, and we'll throw this color right there. Ooh, yeah. That's good looking. Okay. It's a nice color. That's a nice color. Alright. Now, wipe that off again. We're getting a lot of round brush use today, aren't we? Yeah, we are. Yeah, we sure are. Okay. I'm going to go in with that color that we used earlier. Again. With a little bit of white, a touch of blue, and some of that orange. Okay. Yeah, that's the color right there. Okay. Now we're going to keep pulling this color down like that. Right to about there. Okay. And then we'll pull this down right to about there. There. That's not looking too bad. No. Let me get a little white here. Get a little bit of white. I'll go into this and we'll just throw down a little something right here. Right about here. There it goes. Maybe his pockets got stuffed with hay. Maybe the kids came by and started making fun of him, and maybe he started yelling at him, and the owners of the people who put him up didn't care for their scarecrow, waking up and talking to people and getting sentient. So that's what happens when scarecrows get hearts. It's a little warning tale they left out of the Wizard of Oz. They wake up and they start yelling at kids for, scaring away the crows, because that's their job, right? Scare away all those things that they're supposed to, but all the kids are getting in on the action. That's no good. That's no good at all. I'll put him out of commission here. Let's make his little foot right here. Okay. And then there's another little foot right here. Maybe his shoes are starting to fall off a little bit. I don't know. They didn't bother to angle his legs too well. He's getting a little annoyed because his ankles hurt. Happens to every scarecrow, Here. Give him a little something right there. That's good. We're having too much fun. Having too much fun. That's what I do. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and maybe throw something down right here. There. And maybe we'll throw another little thing down right next to it. Maybe right here. Okay. Now we're going to get to work covering up all of his little... We're going to get to work covering up the hay. Okay. So maybe the hay has this orange layer, right? let's go ahead and clean off the brush. There it goes. There it goes. All right. Let's take a little bit of this orange layer here, this orange color, and maybe right down here we'll start coloring this. Maybe it goes up in here. Maybe it covers up a little bit of that, a little bit of this. Maybe it goes all the way down this way. There. Let's see. We're just using some of the vermilion with the chrome yellow and the little bit of a little bit of the ultramarine in here to spruce it up a little bit. There's our base layer right there. Okay. There's that bale of hay. He's kind of just standing on. All right. I don't know why I'm laughing, but that's fun. Okay, let's take some of the yellow now. Add a little bit of white along with it. A little bit of white. Okay. Now we're just gonna go every which way on this. Well, you know how hay is, it kind of just tends to just kind of spill over the sides and stuff. It's real stringy. Yeah. Just like this. There it goes. Go down in here too. Okay. It's kind of got that rough texture to it, doesn't it? Yeah, a little bit. There it goes. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Let's add just a touch of white in there. Touch of white. Alright. There it goes. Loving it. Alright. Cover up a little bit of that. Okay. That's looking nice. Now I think we're going to use a little bit of this color right here to go in on the sides, and maybe there it goes. And we'll get a little bit of highlight in there too, because why not? Okay. And then we'll take some of the color that we were using and go in on this side in a few places. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Alright. And, ooh, I know. We'll take some of this color right here. We'll take a little bit of the ultramarine and the alizarin. Mostly alizarin. Okay? And maybe on this side. Yeah, on this side, these little things here are just kind of real dark. Help things stick out a little. Over in here, we're looking for a blue color for his little feet there, the part where he's standing on. And I think we have it. All right, there it is. Now remember that texture. Really pay attention to the texture. Now this shadow is coming from him because the light is coming this way, right? It's coming a little bit. The shadow is going to go off to the side there, but we got to stick in this shadow here. This shadow is really going to ground him, and the appeal of this shadow, the joy of this shadow, is that it really anchors the piece. It makes it feel like he's part of it. Now keep in mind we got a bunch of colors from him that are being reflected into the bale of hay. So, okay, we got that. And we'll go over here maybe and just get this like that. That's good. And we got a couple more things we got to do here. Not too much more. We got most of it done. Let's go ahead and, I don't know. Let's take the chrome yellow now and go into this green. What can we do with this green, do you think? Well, we can add some blue. Be a little of the alizarin. Touch the white. Yeah. Because you know how these shadows are, there's always like a little bit of white in them, right? Yeah. Always a little bit. Don't be afraid to get some of that orange in there. Of course, the orange is more or less just the vermilion and the orange is just the vermilion and the and the chrome yellow, so it's all good. As long as you mix an orange, you're gonna be golden here. Okay. There's the shadow color. Alright. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, that's nice. That's real nice stuff. Okay. We're all good here. Brush is clean enough. Take a little bit of the vermilion and the chrome yellow. You may want to go pretty even on both of them, I think. And we'll take some of the vermilion and the chrome yellow, and we'll mix it about half and half, I think. Okay. And that'll get us about the color we need to paint these pumpkins. Okay, here's one pumpkin right here. Gotta just get that oval shape in there. Don't worry about if some colors mix into it or something like that. I mean, whatever. Okay. There's another one right next to it. What the heck? Just have it spilling off the canvas there. That's good. Alright. Put one, I don't know, right about there. Because maybe that's spilling off the canvas too. Okay. And we'll throw another one right here. Yeah. That's all good. That's looking pretty sweet. Not bad at all. take some white here. And maybe a little bit of the orange. Yeah, we won't make it complicated. We'll just highlight the orange parts here. Okay. And we'll go over right about here. Yeah, like that. And over here. Yeah. Make sure you keep a little bit of a ridge in there so that, you know, it looks vaguely like a pumpkin after you paint it. Okay. There it goes. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a brown color. A second. Here. Let me get out my other round brush. I got a couple different round brushes going. I'll take some of the glycerin and the ultramarine. I want to lean a little bit toward red when I mix that. That way when I add the chrome yellow, it's going to be more of a brown color than a green. Okay. Alright, so right about in here we'll just kind of scrape that to the side, because there's going to be a whole bunch of dirt and grime and gunk and stuff. There. There it goes. Okay. Alright. I'll take that same color I was using and just kind of paint a few things here and there, like, you know, maybe like this. And we'll just paint maybe the implications of some twigs and stuff like that. Okay. There it goes. That's good. Let me clean this off, and Jesus can be well on his merry way to try and escape from his little perch there. Okay, let me get some of this color in here and maybe right down about, I don't know, here. We'll add some color down here for the shadow underneath the fence. There. That looks good. That looks pretty. Yeah. That doesn't look bad at all. And check your painting here. See if there's anything you might want to add. I don't know. Maybe I'll add a few somethings in the back here. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe back there. Little bits of bushes and stuff like that. You know, little things like that. Whatever. I don't know. Yeah. Well, I'd say we about got ourselves a finished painting here. I don't think we need to fool around with this anymore. So with that, let me go take a little bit right there and throw something underneath the pumpkin right there. Okay, that's good. We don't need to do any more to that. I'm just fooling around now. Here. Let's go into our vermilion now and roll that brush through the paint. Roll it through. Okay. I want this to get nice and liquidy. Should be like ink or watercolor, just very, very thin. Okay. And with that, let's go ahead over here. I'm going to sign my initials. S.K. And with that, the painting's finished. Well, I want to thank you for joining me on this journey today. I had a lot of fun painting this piece, and I hope you had a lot of fun watching it. Go ahead and watch this one. Just sit through it, enjoy it, then try it for yourself maybe, or go and paint your own stuff. Whatever you want to do. Remember, this is just how you could paint, not how you should paint. Anyway, Till next time, I'll see you soon. With love from me to you. Bye-bye.